Okay, so moving on to volume of cylinders and cones. And here I've started here with a cylinder. A cylinder is basically a shape similar to a can. So if you think of a can of soup, that's a cylinder. It's kind of also like a any kind of tube with a base of circles, cut off at a certain point. That's a cylinder. So the way you find the volume of a cylinder is similar to volume of prisms, which is just the area of the base times the height. So the base of cylinders are circles. And if you recall, the area of a circle is pi times radius, or pi r squared. So here I've written it out. Area of a circle is pi r squared, or 3.14 times radius. So that's exactly what this is. 3.14 times radius. Two radiuses and pi. So for our example, I have a cylinder and the base, and you can use either the top or the bottom. Here my radius is 4 and the height is 10. So this is the distance for the height, and this is the radius of the circle on top. So there's a circle on top, circle on the bottom. So if you think of this like a can. And so again, the volume formula is area of the base times the height. So pi times radius times the height. So 3.14 is pi. 4 squared is the term here, or is the notation. That's the exponent. So that means 4 squared means 4 times 4. So there's two 4's here. So pi times radius times the height. So 3.14 times 4 times 4 times 10. And I'm using 4's here because that's my radius. And if I multiply that out, I get 502.4. And again, if this is in feet, would be feet cubed. So that's how you find the volume of a cylinder. You take the area of the circle, multiply it by the height. And for cones, it's very similar. A cone, think of an ice cream cone. Here's one upside down ice cream cone. Again, the base is a circle. And what you're going to do is you're going to say the volume is 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. So it's exact same thing as a cylinder, except you have this, you multiply it by 1/3, or another way to think of it is you divide by 3. So here's an example of a cone. I have it, the base is, right here is a circle, the radius is 3 inches, and the height is 10. So I'll just plug it into my formula, which is 1/3 area of the base, which is area of a circle, pi times radius, or pi times 3 squared, pi r squared, times the height, which is 10. So I'll just plug in the numbers here. 1/3 times pi, which is 3.14. 3 squared is 3 times 3. There's two 3's. The exponent is 2, so there's 3 times 3 times 10. And if I calculate that out, I'll multiply these 3 out. So 3.14 times 9 times 10. And then that whole multiplication divided by 3, and I would get 94.2, and my units are inches, so be inches cubed. Again, we're trying to find the volume. So it would be how much does it take to fill up this cylinder or this cone? Like how much ice cream would it take to fill up this cone, and how much soup would it take to fill up that cylinder? And you need to know the area of a circle and the height.